Hello everyone. This week marks a monumental week as President Ibrahim stands before us, not just as a leader, but as the embodiment of the African spirit, bold and unyielding. His words resonate with the courage we yearn to see in every African leader. Bravo, Mr. President. Please subscribe to the channel. In effect, you are helping me to grow it faster. Much appreciation. Let us carry on. In an era where authenticity is rare, President Ibrahim exemplifies true leadership, speaking directly from the here, without the crutch of written speeches or teleprompters. Africans' endless respect goes out to President Ibrahim Traoré, and as a lot of them eagerly anticipate joining the citizens of Burkina Faso. This African journey will also take us to Niger and Mali, united by one love, one heart. Witnessing Dr. Arikana speak truth power is a privilege, a beacon of hope for Burkina Faso and for Africa. Her speech, as you will soon get to listen to, was delivered with such a raw emotion. This is a defining moment in African history, one many believed they might never witness. It is time to unite Africa. African Americans are quickly realizing that they have a place to return to and call it a home. Black Americans are preparing to journey to Burkina Faso to contribute their help, skills, and loyalty to the elevation of both Burkina Faso and Africa at large. Let us take a listen to the speech.
Country of the upright man is a dream come true. To President Traore, the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara, President Traore, who has led the struggle to complete the unfinished business that was started by our ancestors and our Pan-African leaders in 1963 when they created the Organization of African Unity. During that meeting, they demanded the creation of an Africa that spoke with one voice, an Africa that was united. That journey is yet to be finished. What is happening in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, is just the beginning of a revolution that is way past due for Africa. Africa must unite. And Burkina Faso has shown us the way. They have opened the doors. They have shown us that the bully can be defeated. That no more shall we continue to give up our lunch. That we too need to eat. And therefore, there is no negotiating with the bully. The bully had to go, and Burkina Faso showed us how to do it. So, Mr. President, I bring you your children, descendants of the formerly enslaved. They have waited over 400 years to return the spirits of their ancestors back home to Africa. When the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves, all they ever wanted to do was to come back home to Africa. Each and every one of them that you see, many of them are coming to Africa for the first time. They are bringing with them the spirits of their ancestors to put them to rest here in Burkina Faso. And that's mission number one. Mission number two, we have watched you, Mr. President. You stand for everything that we have hoped for in an African man. Faso have done it, and we have a responsibility to support you. You have over 300 million African diaspora who are looking up to you. We are here to show you that we are with you. We support you. We are behind you, and we will not let you down. Many of us were told, don't go to Burkina Faso. It's a war-torn country. Guns all over the streets. Mr. President, we want you to know that the more they told us not to go to Burkina Faso, the more we ran to Burkina Faso. No one tells them not to go to Europe, to their countries of origin. Therefore, no one will tell us not to come home to Burkina Faso. So mission number 2 is to let you, Mr. President, know that you and the citizens of Burkina Faso have done all the heavy lifting. The least we can do is to support you. So we are here. Our third mission is to see what can we do, Mr. President, to play our part in building the Burkina Faso we want.
I am moved and very happy to see you here in Burkina Faso since the events of the SNC. It is more than a pleasure that you have chosen to come here to Burkina. You have surely been told that it is a country frequentable. We told you that it's death here, it's war.
C'est un pays infréquentable. On vous a dit que c'est la mort ici, c'est la guerre. Il n'y a que du négatif.
There is only negative. We painted Burkina black here. Only blood flows weapons. This is what is said elsewhere. Thank God you arrived safely. You were able to be about the lasso. Live with us our culture. What binds us Africans. You were able to communicate.
Être à propos du lasso. Vivre avec nous notre culture. Ce qui nous lie, nous Africains.
With many other nationalities who came to celebrate with us, everything went very well. You are of our standing, and I hope that you are very well received, very well lodged, and that you managed to communicate with your brothers here. It is one important message that you send too.
C'est un message important que vous envoyez à tout le monde.
Everyone, and nay, you will be the ambassadors of this message when you return home, that Burkina is very frequentable. We live in Burkina Faso. What they want to make you believe that is not the Burkina is what he draws to get people to flee Burkina, and they depict all of.
C'est ce qu'il dessine pour amener les gens à fuir le Burkina. Et c'est toute l'Afrique qu'il dépeint comme ça.
Africa like that for them. Africa is misery. Africa is famine. Africa is war, which is responsible for these wars. We need to unite, but they have always been there to divide us to be able to reign better. Slavery our ancestors experienced. Until today, we are fed up in our.
Mais ils ont toujours été là pour nous diviser, pour pouvoir mieux régner. L'esclavage.
Flesh. But it continues. The grandfather was deported, torture, and still, when they had their war, we supported him. They paid us in monkey money. Others were killed when they tried to claim. Several of them died in their village. With the after effects of the war, never recognized the work of the African, our mission. It is first of all to awaken Africa, and who better than you from the diaspora, to make people understand what Africa is. When I see you united in this association, I feel even more proud, because it is all we ask for. Today our fight is to be able to unite, because united we
et la diaspora pour faire comprendre ce que c'est que l'Afrique. Quand je vous vois unis dans cette
are strong. To divide we are weak. They have always worked to divide us. I urge you to spread the message so that Africa can unite. We have been lucky or unlucky enough to live through war for several years, and at one point we had to say enough is enough. We are fed up.
Ils ont toujours travaillé à nous diviser. Je vous exhorte à passer le message pour que l'Afrique puisse s'unir.
We have taken our responsibilities and we let us realize today more than ever that we were right to take our responsibilities. Because these armies were installed here, were never able at any time to monitor our territory, to see the terrorists who came to kill us, and
Et nous nous rendons compte, aujourd'hui plus que jamais, que nous avons eu raison de prendre nos responsabilités. Parce que ces armées étaient installées ici.
leave with all the means they had. When we asked to leave today, we were able to acquire a good number of means which allows us to wage our war, and to ward off the threat, and to indicate, I would say, we were able to equip our forces and reconstitute our armies. They
Un bon nombre de moyens qui nous permettent de faire notre guerre et d'éloigner la menace et de l'endiguer, je dirais.
don't like that. Obviously, they will create other plans, but we are here and we will hold on thanks to you, who are far from them who support us.
Mais nous sommes là et nous tiendrons grâce à vous qui êtes loin.
We will always stand because the African is resilience. We have suffered enough. The first thing you could do for Africa is to send the positive message. Enough looting, enough death. It is time that we unite and work. We only ask to live with dignity, to live.
Assez de morts. Il est temps qu'on s'unisse et qu'on travaille. Nous ne demandons qu'à
Free. Pass the message to awaken consciences. Some leaders always try to put their people to sleep and continue to pierce their people for the benefit of the West. This must stop. Who better than you to convey this message to the different people? Africa must wake up.
que ça cesse. Qui mieux que vous pour passer ce message aux différents peuples?
Young people must wake up and no longer allow the same policy continue. It is not possible. Africa is still virgin. Everything is business in Africa. Look at how our cities are. We can also develop our health and education systems. We can develop everything. So in this rich
Nous pouvons aussi développer nos systèmes de santé.
diaspora, we have all the specialties. Today in Burkina, we are thinking about set up one university polytechnic
Aujourd'hui au Burkina,
just to train scientific engineers, and I think you will be welcome to learn the second time, because as long as we do not
et je pense que vous serez les bienvenus.
train the youth so that we ourselves can produce and transform here, on site we will always remain slaves.
Et tant que nous
Sovereignty is all together. We are fighting for food self-sufficiency. Those who can invest in the agri-food industry to transform our products here, you are
c'est tout un ensemble. Nous sommes en train
welcome,
de battre pour
producing us everything here. Everything grows on our soils. We have experienced everything. After a year or so, everything grows in Burkina. Those who want to invest in agriculture are welcome. Those who want to invest in processing are welcome. Education, we want to
tout pousse au Burkina. Ceux qui veulent investir dans
transform the school, because the formatting that we are currently experiencing, it is from the school. They have channeled us, so that the intellectuals for the most part cannot think, get out of the furrows that they have a trace. Thank God the conscious ones are waking.
de sorte que les intellectuels pour la plupart ne peuvent pas réfléchir, sortir des
Up,
sillons qu'ils
we
ont
need
tracés.
more. We need to change the educational system. You are welcome. And there are many other paths. They were in plundering our wealth. Today we are regaining control. And we are never going to leave our wealth behind, because we want to live. We want to see our
Aujourd'hui, nous sommes en train de reprendre le contrôle.
children cared for, educated, grow up in peace and live in a healthy environment. So we are open, and you will be welcome in Africa to develop.
Et vivre dans un environnement sain. Donc, nous sommes ouverts et vous serez les bienvenus en Afrique pour développer votre continent.
Your continent, to unite your continent, and to pass on the message of this unity. It is very important. Continue to pass on the message, so that the young people wake up, who no longer leaves us leaders, to make slaves for others. This should not be allowed. There are
Les esclaves pour les autres. Ça ne doit pas être permis. Il y a certains pays aujourd'hui où nous avons envie de passer des
certain
messages.
countries today where we want to send messages, but I think that your voices carry even more because you are ambassadors. Wherever you are, whether in America, in Europe, your Caribbean, you are ambassadors, and when you speak, it can wake you up, and I urge you
Je vous exhorte à parler. C'est la mission que je vous confie pour réveiller le continent. Bon séjour.
to speak. This is the mission that I entrust to you, to wake up the continent. Have a good stay. May God await you, Paul. Thanks a lot.
Africa's children, both on the continent and in the diaspora, must unite to build the Africa they desire. Right now the world is looking and watching at Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Thank you all for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. It is free, and you are helping me to grow it faster. Thank you. Catch you in the next one.